Hey Gwynlos, I hate you. You make me so angry, oh my goodness, so angry in fact, that I'm going to dedicate all of my time to paying attention to everything that you do in order to adequately be upset with you. When I put it like that, it's kind of obvious how ridiculous of an attitude that is to have, and yet it's one of the most common to have online. It's a response to what's usually referred to as rage bait or engagement bait. Someone posts something obviously wrong or debunkable in order to incite a response from the viewer, usually negative, and that gets them to engage with the post. This is also pretty common online. Ever since that one billionaire that pretends to be an engineer bought Twitter and made it so people can get payouts based on how much engagement their tweet gets, it has been so difficult to use that website. Ever since that change, every single viral tweet is one of two things. Either A, some moron making some absolute brainhead take, or B, someone dunking on that moron by just saying, nuh-uh. This is what the internet has come to recently, inciting hate or frustration for easy engagement. And the more and more it works so easily, the more and more people are gonna wanna do it for a quick buck. So now I'm gonna talk about it more because that's how you make a video. So I'm gonna talk about TikToks now. And also shorts and reels, but those are basically just TikToks on a different website. TikTok and other short form content is one of the leading forces of this new wave of anger-based engagement. They say it's part of the TikTok meta. Mispronounce a word in a video, add a typo to your description, to mention a few of the more harmless ones. With these ones specifically, they want you to comment and correct them, because what that means is they'll get more engagement and it'll get pushed more, which means more money for them. TikTok, like most social media sites these days, doesn't really care whether the engagement is positive or negative. They just care if you're spending time on their platform. I wouldn't know too much about TikTok though because I don't have it. I only watch it whenever I have media time with my girlfriend, which is basically whenever she forces me to watch them over FaceTime before I go to sleep. I can think of so many TikTok creators that have been talked about by other commentary YouTubers specifically for this reason. You have the clean girl, Jeremy Fragrance, every other grifter that says a slur and then gets propelled into quasi-stardom. It's crazy how quickly these people grow. And they're able to do it all by making people angry. Sure, it doesn't work for everyone, but there's something to be said about the fact that so many people that get popular these days do so by making people as angry as possible. That, or you just make an okay joke in a street interview and then you become a media conglomerate. Because of this TikTok meta, you're incentivized to keep mistakes, errors, and even straight up lies in your content. Whatever gets people into your comments, spending more time on the website or app, spending that time looking at your content. It gets you more views and more money. Welcome to my bed, also known as the Penguin Ethnostate. There's a new genre of channel that's been popping up on YouTube lately, lovingly dubbed the Daily Slop channel. They thrive off of this type of engagement. They make videos about current events, usually internet related, and it doesn't matter if they make a mistake or misinform their audience. If and when they do make a mistake, it's good for them because it gets more people to comment on their videos, and with how quickly the internet moves, they'll just forget about it in like a week. This is going a little bit off tangent, but people are so allergic to just using the web browser that's built into whatever device they're using to look up and verify something. It's really not that hard, especially these days, to look something up before you say it. Sure, you can make little mistakes here and there, nobody's perfect, but a lot of these people have admitted that it's just easier and better for engagement not to care at all. It's gross and it sucks. As much as I like Pyrocynical's big-ass videos about video games that take place all in lay head, Pyro Live has gotten so bad lately, and I can't bring myself to watch it anymore. Hey guys, today I'm gonna talk about the Fringle situation. So Fringle, said a slur or something. I don't know. Here's 8 minutes of jelly truck. Maybe I'll start to make more videos like this, just laying in my bed. This is really comfortable. This sort of attitude towards creating things online has seeped into the real world, but not without a camera, because how would they benefit from it then? I don't want to bring up too many examples of this. Oh, hey Momo. I don't want to bring up too many examples of this, but I do have one that I think exemplifies the sheer lack of empathy that this approach towards creation has fostered. A few weeks ago, a kick streamer named Jack Doherty crashed his car while streaming, injuring himself and his friend that was sitting in the passenger seat. His friend was bleeding pretty badly after the crash, and instead of assessing the situation to get him some help and immediately ending the stream, he instead had him hold the camera while he went, "Oh no! My car, oh goodness, no." I want to reiterate, for the sake of content, this guy made his bleeding friend hold a camera while he complained about his car crashing instead of getting him help. Because of his engagement-focused content brain, he was more concerned with prioritizing his streaming numbers over his possibly severely injured friend. This, of course, is an extreme example, but we're gonna see more. Oh, bye, Momo. We're gonna see more of it as time goes on and this becomes the norm. This will only become the norm if we continue to let hate and anger fuel engagement. It gets clicks, it gets views, and it makes people a lot of money. This must be a miserable existence, right? Again, a sheer lack of empathy, no respect for others, always chasing the next thing. Everyone hates you. All for extra cash. What I would hate is if that was my life, and I'm glad that it's not. Sure, money is pretty damn helpful, but it can't buy you fulfillment. That old saying I used to hear all the time rings even more true in the current online space. Any publicity is good publicity. People in the online space have really taken that to heart. Because damn, I'm sorry I'm talking about it again, but there's so much engagement bait on Twitter. Ever since that billionaire bozo that likes to pretend to know what a micron is bought up the site and added all of these terrible new features, it's been near unusable. Scratch that, he probably has a lot of experience with being told what a micron is. You make the same amount of money from a hate view that you do from a view that completely agrees with your point. The most business-oriented people on Twitter know this, and so while maybe they may not even agree with whatever they're saying, it pays the bills, so what does it matter? Plus, why would they try and get people's attention with something interesting and fun when statistically it is so much easier to get people's attention with hate? Sure, you retain an audience better with positive engagement, but hate and frustration is an attention grabber. If the person you're targeting feels attacked, they're naturally gonna get defensive, and that means more engagement for your post, which means that it gets pushed more. Regardless of if your tweet gets ratioed to oblivion or your ass gets beat in the quote retweets, you still get money from that engagement. So if you're a ghoul with no feelings, there's no reason for you not to pick the easiest option. And that's really what it is. It's much harder to create interesting content that people love and want to engage with just because they like it so much than it is to post something that you know people are gonna have a problem with. They can't resist dunking on you, and in turn, giving you the engagement and views you wanted in the first place. Hate is so much easier to manufacture than love and interest. One takes time and effort, and one of them is as easy as just saying the wrong thing. Comedians do this all the time. They make a joke that they know is offensive and is going to be posted online everywhere, and so they can go to their comedian friends and say, "Hey, comedy is legal now, huh? Yeah, look at these guys online." They get money from the people that agree with them, and then they're still in the minds of the people that hate them. Because of all of this, people are much angrier now than they've ever been. There's so much unfettered rage on the internet. Hate for people that you've probably never met before. For some reason, we're supposed to treat that like it's normal? Why do we always blame the people getting harassed or attacked for daring to post online rather than the attackers and the harassers? Oh, guys, I think I just realized something. I think social media is actually bad for us. There's this hilarious clip of the Costco guys on Jimmy Fallon that sort of illustrates exactly what I'm trying to say here, and in a better way than I probably could. To any rational person, it's clear that these guys have a lot of charisma, they're having fun, and they enjoy what they do. They're just a bunch of guys having a good time, and they're good entertainers, and for some reason, John Late Night has a problem with that. And for some reason, under the tweet that I found it, a lot of people seem to think he's right for seething about these people just because they personally find them annoying. It's okay that you don't like whimsy and fun, just don't impose it on everyone else. That brings me to the crux of what I'm trying to say. Anger is one of the main things driving engagement on the internet these days, and people are just getting used to it. For some reason, a lot of creators and watchers have decided that this is just the meta, and so to succeed on YouTube, TikTok, wherever, you have to play this game. I think that's ridiculous. There are plenty of creators that are successful making things that they want to make, doing it in a way that makes people happy and engaged. These people have no need for engagement baiting. It's just that it's the easiest way to do it. You're doing it without any soul or life. I have such a big problem with people excusing their favorite creators for doing all of these things, because they're just playing the game or it's the meta. Being self-aware about doing something bad doesn't make it any better. In fact, I'd say that it makes it shittier when you do it. All of these creators know what they're doing. They're trying to goad you into wasting your time on their content. They're trying to make you angry on purpose. That's it. People talk a lot about doom scrolling, seeing bad things on your timeline, captivating you to continue scrolling, feeling worse and worse. It's intentional. It's so much more profitable to keep you depressed and full of anger. The best thing for my sanity and mental health has been not interacting with anything on Twitter and limiting my time on the app altogether. When something that's clearly trying to rile you up comes up, close the app, ignore it, or put the little not interested button and then just let the algorithm know you don't want to see it anymore. It really does help. Unfortunately, as a result of all of these people engagement baiting, misinformation and hate in general is just on the rise. People who aren't looking for that engagement are just spewing vitriol online because that's the culture that we've cultivated. I feel like as well, we need to look at ourselves and realize that with the anonymity online, it's a lot easier to feel hate and anger and just be mean to people. It's so much easier when you don't have a face to put to your name. You don't have to stand for it. It should not be normal. You can call these things out. It's the most annoying thing when people tell you that you have to expect hate on the internet because that's just how it is. You should never accept that's how it is as an explanation for anything. Sorry, I know that was a bit preachy. I know I'm just a silly penguin guy on YouTube, but I really hope that you take that to heart. And if you're thinking of becoming a creator, please do not fall into the trap of chasing viral topics or whatever's big or engagement baiting. Just be yourself, be authentic. People will come for you. People will what for you? This video is coming out very close to the 1-year anniversary of me starting this channel, or at least this iteration of it, and I just don't like the fact that there's so much hate on the internet now. The internet that I'm inheriting is so much more angry than the internet that I grew up with. While I as one person can't change it, it doesn't have to stay this way. We can move forward and get better. Anger is not a healthy emotion to be the main one that you feel every day. Try and find something that makes you happy. Anyways, Greenlos, I have to go. I'm gonna go play some video games, and by that, I mean I'm gonna turn on my PlayStation and then probably sit on my phone for an hour and a half.
Keep stepping at your, keep stepping at your, keep